Okay. How do you stop?
I think you just...
Okay, I got it.
The Victor Saraceni Annual News and Headlines. All the news that's not fit to print. You give us 10 minutes. We give you clock. Corey Lesser, an avid Phillies fan with curly hair, just came home from Afghanistan despondent and depressed. All his life, he knew that he was born into the wrong sex. And he also knew that he was rooting for the wrong baseball team. Besides, he despised his curly hair. So Corey finally made a decision. Without warning one night, he made his way to Montreal so that he could finally have the sex change he always wanted. Then Corey became...
Who's the pig? Corinne. Oh, you... Oh!
Damn shame you can't get that.
Wait a second.
Can I have Oh, wait. That's too funny. Hey, Corey, you're looking for
And now he roots for Derek Jeter and loves his straight hair. I finally had a window in my office where I fully explained this woman just after the announcement had been made that her office was moved into the side of the building. The joy may be rather short-lasting. Counseling sessions for Herbie the Hedgehog and countless spiders with marital disturbances will soon be scheduled once the VA training and working under Arctic conditions is complete. Give me you're tired, you're poor, you're hungry. The National Parks Commission has just announced that they will be replacing the Statue of Liberty in New York Harbor with the statue of this woman, in part to commemorate her magnificent kindness to patients and strangers alike. Tourists are currently allowed to make it all the way to the top of the closed can. However, it is still uncertain when the narrow, winding stairway leading up to the flame atop the extended third finger will open up. Give me you're tired, you're poor, you're hungry, and this woman will make them more tired. Horsham police have noticed a startling increase in the number of alligators sighted in the Horsham area these past couple of weeks. They seem to be gravitating towards this man, but it's uncertain why, as he's been known to take out a few animals in his day. In a separate headline, General Manager Ruben Amaro of the Phillies has announced that in this offseason there will be an intensive hunt for pitching. Spotted throwing a ball around Saraceni. This man is about to be signed. Although his arm is okay, said Amaro, the real reason we'll be bringing him on is that we can have access to that locked liquor cabinet at his home.
Uh-oh, who's that?
France announced that it is the first of the European nations to pull out of the current recession, particularly after the last visit from this one. She just returned from yet another week in Paris after bringing profits into the black for the local boating and wine industry. She was also invited to meet with fashion designer Yves Saint Laurent, who will be rolling out his latest line of winter coats with the help of this woman. Starting in January, the fashion designer will be stocking the coat room of the VA Doctor's Lounge so that she can randomly pick from any one of them to run out of the hospital. That's the designer's new look. The central VA office in Washington may have to change one of its clinical reminders later this month after the recent modification of the depression screen. Next to the usual questions about feeling unhappy and worthless, the latest question to be asked is, would you rather commit suicide or spend an hour with this man? The VA is being quite mum about the tally, but a change in the questionnaire is expected almost immediately. After the close of business today, Manhattan Bagel will be announcing its quarterly results, and they are expected to knock your socks off thanks to this man. The well-heeled chief financial officer will likely cite sales in its Seoul Holsham store as the main reason this amazing feat could be accomplished. When trading resumes tomorrow morning, it's expected that all the bears will be shooed away. Ladies and gentlemen, we honestly have a hero in our midst. In response to the national debt that has grown out of control, Human Resources has selected this woman to have her entire paycheck automatically transferred into the U.S. Treasury every 2 weeks. In honor of such generosity, a beautiful certificate will soon be delivered, along with a picture standing next to Mr. Citron, a free parking space at the main and exceptional discounts to the main hospital cafeteria. Congratulations, fellow co-worker, for a job well done. All we need now is your name.
Oh, God. That's so bad.
Remember the big scandal last year when the law firm Stark & Stark finally discovered that this woman was not a practicing attorney, despite working in their office for several years? She's at it again, folks. This time showing up at the VA, pretending to be a practicing psychiatrist.
How did you know?
The record goes way back to college when she pretended to go to Syracuse University. Then flew a couple planes as a scam pilot for the defunct Allegheny Airlines. At the time of her hearing, she was asked why she chose the VA for her latest escapade. Why not, was her answer. The VA is an easy mark, as you have all kinds of medical personnel pretending to be people that they are not.
Oh, that's such a bad I made a face in my hair like, what? It's such a bad year.
Diabetic Zumba! That's the latest tape put out by this woman. In one easy lesson, she'll show you how to prick the finger, drop that insulin, and burn off 1,000 calories all in one step. Other releases for 2010 include Blood Pressure Check Zumba, Airwag Zumba, and No Planets for You Zumba. In all 4 tapes, you'll learn the basic Zumba step, which is put your foot down and say no. Faced with the problems of how to deal with the Taliban in Afghanistan, the healthcare crisis, and the ever-growing percentage of unemployment in the United States, the Obama administration recently asked the VA who would they recommend as their go-to guy to get all this stuff fixed. You guessed it, they were told to call this man. It's believed that he can do just about anything at the VA except, that is, for leaving 1 minute before 4:30. Police have announced that they have finally apprehended this woman, the master of the raffle Ponzi scheme, charged with pocketing the money from all those raffles allegedly for her kids. Neighbors became suspicious after she added that in-ground pool and that new addition to her house. Her latest extortion has to do with offering her student to perform back massages on her unsuspecting partner. If you rub my back, I'll rub yours. Co-workers noticed that she also leaves earlier on various days, most likely to get to the bank before it closes. Have you ever seen anything back from these raffles? Before heading into court, however, she has initiated a new raffle. $10 a ticket to bet if she can beat the rap. The American Theological Society has announced that they are now adding another book onto the New Testament, the Book of Diana. Tested by God in so many ways. Having a squirrel in her house, overwhelming sick new patients, a demanding and infirm mother, difficult children. Diana seems to constantly withstand God's tests. The real message of the book, however, is that when life gives you a pounding, turn that pounding into pound cake.